So welcome back to the Happiness series and to day 4 of part 4. Now, yesterday we began looking at what are the supports for developing equanimity outside of the meditation itself. And one which I think is often ignored is the sense of confidence or trust that comes about through actually being present, learning to be present in the meditation and then applying that in everyday life. You've been doing the Headspace journey for quite a little while now. And it can be tempting sometimes to think sort of, well, where's it going? And is anything happening? And that's usually because we're judging it from where we are now rather than where we were before. And of course, that's always the way. And so it's very difficult to judge our own mind in that sense. But almost inevitably, changes take place. And it's from that reflection, if you like, on those changes, those positive changes, recognizing the greater sense of acceptance, greater sense of empathy, greater sense of calm or clarity, through seeing that in our own experience, we have a genuine sense of trust, of confidence in the practice. And what that means is that there's less room for doubt. There's less room for anxiety. And again, in turn, that means more room for a sense of balance, a sense of equanimity. So, you'll remember a few series back I was talking about sitting with this sort of quiet confidence. So it's not an arrogance in any way, it's just, or a great sense of pride. It's sitting with a quiet sense of confidence, knowing that something is happening, that change is taking place. And in everyday life, in applying that mindfulness, in applying that awareness to everyday life, in just the same way, behaving with that quiet confidence, speaking with that quiet confidence, sure in your own mind that it's coming from a place of calm consideration rather than a sort of a hasty emotional reaction of some kind. So that in itself is a really strong support for equanimity. But for now, just take a moment to wriggle around, get yourself comfortable. And when you're ready, some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with the next out breath, just gently closing the eyes as you just start to settle into the different physical senses. And just scanning down through the body now. So just pausing briefly to reflect, to ask yourself why you're doing this exercise today. It's so easy to make this a mechanical question and answer part of the exercise, but so important that it really is about today. Why are you doing it today, right now? And who is it in your life at the moment who will get real benefit from you taking this time out for yourself? And now just bringing the attention to the rise and the fall of the breath. Just noticing where in the body you feel that movement. And then just resting with that, even if it changes its position in the body, just for the next few minutes. So continuing to follow the breath, but just beginning the visualization now. And just watching that unfold, feeling that unfold, as it expands outward in every single direction. And with that real deep sense of acceptance, clear image of those qualities surrounding you as far as the mind can possibly imagine. Just letting go of that visualization, and just for a moment or two, letting the mind do whatever it wants to do. And now just gently bringing the attention back to the body. Feeling that contact between the body and the chair or the floor. Noticing sounds. And then in your own time, just gently opening the eyes again. Clear about how you feel. Appreciating how good it feels to take a bit of time out for yourself. And also just clearing your intention to be present, to be mindful throughout the day today. In particular, to notice the sense of equanimity, or when you lose the sense of equanimity. And when you've done that, you can just sit back in the chair. And I think that last point is really very relevant to day-to-day life. It's not just noticing when the mind feels very balanced. It's noticing the moment that we lose that sense of balance. It's as though we're walking along a tightrope. In the moment we feel the wobble, noticing the wobble. If we notice the wobble, then there's no need to fall off the tightrope. We can sort of readjust and come back to a place of balance, of equanimity quite easily. But if we fall off altogether, then, it might take a little bit of time. Well, it's quite uncomfortable normally. But it might take a bit of time then to kind of get back on the rope and to kind of get yourself balanced again. So in just applying that sense of awareness on the one hand, noticing when we lose a sense of balance, but also just bringing in that sense of quiet confidence, knowing you've been doing this now for a little while, you will be more mindful, more present, more aware, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like that all the time. Remember, this journey is it's a journey for life. Unfortunately, we don't immediately get to experience kind of all of the qualities we're looking to develop, but we start to get a sense of what those qualities are, and we can take a real sense of confidence from that, knowing that we're actually engaging with this on a daily basis.